Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Fauscett-Anderson with Dade County, and I want to thank you so much for joining us today on the Dade County Weekly Update. Remember, you can type your questions in the comment section of Facebook during the live update. If you don't want to ask your questions live on the broadcast, you can always email us at info@dadecounty-ga.gov. Thank you so much for coming to the right place for the right information. Today, we have a couple of guests for you. So as I'm saying these names, if there's somebody you think would like to hear from them, go ahead, share it in your Facebook feed or shoot that person a text. Tell them to check it out on YouTube or Facebook. We have first Mindy Haworth, who is the new library manager here for our Dade County Library. We also have Dade County Tax Commissioner Angie Galloway, and of course we'll be hearing from Dade County Executive Ted Rumley. I do have some general announcements that I want to go over with you. Our offices will be closed for Christmas next Thursday and Friday. So we will not have our 3 o'clock update next week, and we will also not be on KWIN next week. Also, the transfer station hours, and you can find all of this online at dadecounty-ga.gov. The transfer station will be open half a day on Christmas Eve. They will be closed on Christmas Day, and they will reopen Monday. Typically, they're closed on Mondays, but since there is a holiday and they're going to be closed, they are going to be open Monday, December 27th. They're going to be open from 7:30 a.m. until 5 o'clock p.m. So the recycling waste transfer station will be open the Monday after Christmas. 911 is hiring dispatchers, so we do have some job postings. We even have a new one that I'm going to talk with you about, but 911 is hiring dispatchers. We also are hiring for jail officer positions through the sheriff's office, and we are also looking for custodial staff here for the Dade County offices. So if you are interested in any of those positions, go online at dadecounty-ga.gov and check out our job openings. I do have some save the dates brought to you by the Alliance for Dade and community announcements. So community news and announcements, the save the dates that we have for you that you can see in front of you. We've got the Department of Driver Services on location next Monday. The beekeepers meeting is also next Monday. They're doing their covered dish dinner for Christmas. Dade County Schools, as a reminder for all of those parents out there, Dade County School winter break lasts from December 20th through January 4th, and the Lions Club has their annual On the Run 5K December 31st. That sounds like a really neat event. If you have any questions about that or would like to register, you can contact Ronnie Cartwright at 407-489-8108. On the next slide, you'll be able to see the Department of Driver Services information. They will be in town next Monday. That is their last Monday of the year that they'll be here. And on the next slide, you'll see their schedule. So here's the 2022 schedule. We have shared that online at dadecounty-ga.gov as well as on our Facebook page. So you can see the schedule for the entire year of 2022. Next, we will hear from Mindy Haworth. She is the new director of the Dade County Library.
Thank you, Carey. Good afternoon, Dade County. I've met some of you as you've come into the library this week, and I really appreciate all of you introducing yourself. I have felt so at home and so welcome. So thank you. I appreciate that. The first thing I want to bring up is we have our Ready to Read story time. It's happening every Thursday at 10:30. So come on down for some stories with the kids. We do a little craft, we do some songs, sometimes a little dancing. So we'd love to see you next Thursday. Next, I'm not sure if you all know, we've got our book club. Our book club meets every third Tuesday of the month. Our last meeting for the year is going to be next Tuesday. Did I say Thursday? I'm sorry, on Tuesdays. We're going to be meeting on the 21st at 6 p.m. This is the meeting where all the books for the next year are decided. So come on out. If you have a book that you want everybody to read, we'd love to hear from you. Last, I want to introduce our new pop-up library. This is a really great way for our library services to move out into the community. And we're hoping that if you have an event that you think the library would be great to introduce our services to folks, please give us a call or email us at popup@chrl.org. Spencer Pennington is our new pop-up library coordinator, and he's got a really great idea for setting up this pop-up library. Basically, we might have some games, we have some digital resources. We can even get you signed up for a library card right there on the spot. So we're going to be coming to some events in and around Dade County, but if you would like to see our pop-up library somewhere, just contact us and let us know. Let's talk about our winter hours. Through the end of December, we have abbreviated hours on Tuesday and Thursday. We just closed in a little bit, and we're closing at 6 p.m. We're always closed on Monday, as usual. Starting in January, we are going to reintroduce our 7 o'clock hours on Tuesday and Thursday, so you'll be able to come back in on Tuesday and Thursday until 7 p.m. when we reopen. We are going to have some new programming coming up in January, so be on the lookout. On our Facebook page, we are hiring a new youth education coordinator. We have some interviews this week. We're really excited. With that new staff position being filled, we're gonna be sure to have some great new programs, so be on the lookout for that. Our closing dates for the holidays. We are just going to be closed Thursday and Friday of next week, so the December 24th and 25th, and then we're going to be closed January 1st. Those are our closing dates, and you can see that, I believe, on the website. You can check in on that, make sure. And that's all I've got. Please come in, say hello, introduce yourself to me. I'm so excited to be learning more about Trenton, to be learning more about Dade County.
Thank you so much for that, Mindy. Next, we'll hear from Tax Commissioner Angie Galloway.
Good afternoon. I'm Angie Galloway. I'm your Dade County Tax Commissioner. I wanted to briefly mention to you about a scam alert that's been going around. If you receive anything in the mail that doesn't have our exact address or the county's address, be mindful that that could be a scam. Just lately, we've had one brought in that was where they wanted to get information from the state for them for additional fees. We want to thank Mr. Hellman for bringing that to our attention. If you ever receive anything like that, bring it in and we'll look at it for you and alert the authorities about the scam. Also, I want to mention to you about a scheduled system upgrade. It's going to be a statewide motor vehicle system upgrade. It will begin December 30th at 7 p.m. and it will end January the 3rd. We will be closed January 3rd as far as motor vehicle transactions. The entire state will be shut down. There will be absolutely no tags or titles processed during that time frame. If you need a tag, please come in before that time frame, because we can't even issue a TOP, nothing in emergency, absolutely nothing. So please be mindful of those dates. If you need any assistance, call us at 657-7563. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, Angie. Next, we'll hear from Dade County Executive Ted Rumley.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hope everyone's having a good day. Got a few things we'll talk about here before I go into our COVID report. To start with, I'll talk a little bit about our paving that's going on. I've had a few calls about that today. They thought we had some traffic backed up across the ridge there going across for the veterinarian, but that was an accident that happened up there between a 18-wheeler and a car, from what I understand. I mentioned this morning they were paving over on Murphy Hollow, and they went ahead and pulled off that just a few minutes ago, and they'll be starting back. Don't know whether he's going to work on it tomorrow, maybe come back in Monday and start, but they are doing some patching over there, extensive patching. It's going to take another probably 2 or 3 days to finish it up. Got some pretty bad places there, and hopefully we'll by the spring or by early summer we'll be able to put some full-time blacktop down over that and come through that road. So anyway, that's one thing. We've got I've had some calls about our reflectors on the road. That was a state furnished project. They paid for it, so they're doing it to their specs. And it is an overkill. They put some of the reflectors double on a lot of the roads that didn't really need to be. We have stopped them. They're actually putting single line reflectors in, and double's good when you've got a wide enough road for that, but when you've got a narrow road like some of our county roads, you can't hardly stay in your lane without bumping down the road on those things. So we're talking to them now about, maybe, I don't know what they'll do, will they come back and actually put the singles down or whatever, but we'll keep you up on that, because that was kind of, it's really bad on some of the roads because they are narrow. Let's see here now. The office hours, which is a big deal, through Christmas. We will be closed Thursday and Friday before Christmas. The transfer station, we've had several people calling about that. We are going to go ahead and open up on Monday morning at 7:30. I'm going to take some of our people from the shop and actually a couple of road crew, and we'll go ahead and run the transfer station, and the hill, we'll go ahead and open it, and we'll stay open until about 5 o'clock. And I'll go down there, and probably some of the commissioners will come in and help too, but we feel that that's necessary. We do close normally on Monday, but that would be a long time to be closed after the holidays, and how much garbage you always have, paper and all, after that. So we'll be there at 7:30 on Monday morning after Christmas. Department of Driver Services, I think you mentioned that they will be here next Monday, which as they are every other Monday. And I've noticed here lately, I don't know what it is, because the linemen, they're kind of finishing up, but they've really been busy over there. I mean, you can tell, all day Monday, there was a lot of cars coming in, and what surprised me, kind of, I guess, most of the cars were not Dade County cars. They were people from Mary. There were some Fanning County cars out there the other day, and then it dawned on me, we're the only actually driver's license services office open in the state of Georgia on Monday, because that is a day off for them, Sunday, Monday. And the reason being, for those of you who don't know that, is we actually, we fund that day for the people as a convenience for them to be here in Dade County. And also the lineman school down south of us, they split the cost with us, say 50-50, because of their boys and these CDLs that they have to get through, during their education. So it's a good thing, but I found that a lot of people are taking advantage of it. I guess it's people that are right on the verge of, maybe not being able to get their license. I don't know. It's just strange, to see the cars there. But anyway, we, let's see, I want to make sure I got the holiday hours. Driving the storm shelter update, that's, I've talked about that quite a bit, have lately. They're trying to get Rising Fund finished. They'll probably finish it hopefully by the end of next week, if not right after Christmas, as far as getting the concrete and all ready, just like we have with the 4 fields. And it's the buildings, I'm not sure, and give you an more accurate report after Christmas of when they'll be dropping the buildings in. Of course, I think they'll bring, probably the first one will be the 4 fields, and then we'll do the Rising Fund. And then immediately after the first of the year, they're going to be out at Davis doing that layout and clearing. And as I've said before, that's going to be a little bit more in-depth area out there to actually get prepped for the buildings. We did meet, had a special call meeting here. That was yesterday, wasn't it? What was that before?
Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday.
Tuesday was that meeting.
And that was something that Robin had called us and wanted us to set up pretty immediately. He actually hand-delivered the paperwork down there. I said today, but it was yesterday. He took the paperwork down, the resolution that we passed, and that was concerning a class action lawsuit that we had taken part in and agreed to take part in several weeks ago. Well, a month or so ago, we had some people come and do a presentation, attorneys, about the asking if we would participate in it at no cost to us. It was actually a kind of a win-win for us. We didn't think we would actually get anything possibly out of it, but some of the counties didn't participate. I think Walker didn't. Whitfield, I know, did, but they found out, yesterday they're probably going to receive a little over $2 million, just from that opioid settlement. And we will receive somewhere around $250,000, a little more, a little less, somewhere around that dollar mark. So it's really a win-win for us, and that money is to go back into the general fund to be spent, to help prevent the actual opioid. Well, I started to say a pandemic. It is an epidemic throughout the whole country, that's going on. And Sheriff Ray Cross was here went last Thursday, and he spoke on that. And actually, every time he speaks to someone in a group, he stresses how how crazy it is in Dade County and how this thing's just almost out of hand here with the people that we've had die here just in the last month or so from overdoses. And as Evan said this morning, that is a prescription drug. It's not, like a meth or something. So it's a serious thing. Let me see here now. Vaccines, we haven't really changed on that. They're still doing the Pfizer and Moderna, also the booster shots downstairs. You have to wait 6 months after your last shot to have your booster shot, but they're still doing all those downstairs by appointment. The actual testing locations, those can be found on our website. We're still offering free testing at the Colonnade over in Ringo on 2A over there, Monday and Wednesdays from 9 to 6. And then we have several places right here local that actually offer them. Of course, they're straight pay, and they also most of them take insurance cards. It's Primary Health Care, Lawson Medical, Price Pharmacy, and the doctor's clinic up there by Lookout Valley, American Family Clinic, and CVS. They also will do and all of those, like I said, most of them are straight pay. And there's, I think, 3 out of, I don't know which ones take the insurance, but I think 3 out of the group there do take insurance. Let me move into our report here. Our numbers are up. I hate to say that because there for a week or so we were going down. We actually got down to practically 0. But we've had 41 positive cases in the last 2 weeks. That puts us to 1,895 here in Dade County positive that we've had since the beginning. We've had 18 deaths and we've got 73 hospitalizations. Walker County, now just next to us here, they've had 185 positive, test positive in the last 2 weeks, and that puts them over 10,000. It's 10,008 in Walker County so far. The Catoosa County, they've had 130 in the last 14 days that tested positive. That puts them at 8,726. Chattooga County, they're at 32 in the last 2 weeks. That puts them at 3,771. Hamilton County, at this time, they have 972 active cases. Their top number now is 66,530 in Hamilton County. They've had 64,825 fully recover out of that 66,530. They've had 733 deaths. Marion County, at this time, they have 57 active cases. Their top number is 5,969. They've had 5,835 recovered out of that, and they've had 77 deaths. Grundy County, they have 23 active cases as we speak. Grundy County also, their top number is 2,967 total from the time this started. And they've had 2,899 recoveries out of that 2,967. Moving to Alabama, Jackson County, let's see here. They've had 28 cases in the last 7 days. That puts their number at 10,345 in Jackson County. They've had 200 deaths. The DeKalb County, they have had 50 cases in the last 7 days, not the last 14. This is the last in 1 week, 50 cases. That puts their number at 13,212 in DeKalb. They've had 275 that have passed away there in DeKalb County. So as you can hear with these numbers, these are our closest numbers at home. And as you look to national average, their numbers are going back up. And we've still got, of course, we went through Thanksgiving, we still got all the holidays now to go through, Christmas and even New Year's. And so just try to be careful, wear your mask when you're in close confinement or wherever you feel comfortable, and try to do social distancing if you can. Especially, if you're around in a strange area and you're not familiar with the group of people that you're with, just try to use common sense. That's all you can do. We got any questions?
We do have one question, and I did want to mention the food pantry is doing their distribution tomorrow.
I didn't notice.
If we could mention that, and you can see it on the screen in front of you.
Rising Fawn, right?
Rising Fawn tomorrow, and Sand Mountain, so they do need volunteers. And also about the COVID numbers this week, we watch them every week to see if they're on the decline, and this week, every single county had a substantial increase this week.
Exactly.
Every single county, some of them nearly doubled this week.
Yeah.
So we were talking about that earlier, and that's something that we definitely want to point out. So that is happening. We do have one question. It is about the opioid meeting that you guys had. The question is, what, if any, concessions did the county have to make in order to receive the settlement?
We haven't made any in all, and don't really plan to. We're expecting to have guidelines, as far as how the money can be spent. We're not sure, what that will be, but and they're not just Dade County, but all counties. But we were just asked, what we were asked to do if we wanted to participate was actually take a unanimous vote at that meeting when it was presented that night. And there's no strings attached, And we kind of take it with a grain of salt because, usually those things take forever, sometimes years. And we didn't expect, the turnaround time to be this, but to be this short. But it's amazing, and and we've, we looked into it. Our attorney's handling it, and it's real, It's, like I said, Whitfield County. That's a tremendous amount of money too. And what they're basing it off of is actually the per capita, your actual population. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's it.
All right. I appreciate everyone tuning in today, and if there's any questions or if I can be of any service to you, just call me on my cell phone. It's 423-667-8999, and you can contact any of our commissioners. Their numbers are very easily found on our website, and we'll see you next. Well, we won't be back next Thursday, will we? That's right.
We won't. We'll be back January the 6th, or sorry, December the 31st.
Exactly right. But just
That's
call
what
me
it
in
is.
between if you have any issues, and I hope all of you have a really safe and Merry Christmas.